At a certain age, many women start to feel as if they have become invisible to society. Fortunately, there are several things we can do to help ourselves feel seen again. And one of them is as simple as makeup. Today, I'm going to show you a 15-minute routine using minimal products that is guaranteed to lift your spirits, boost your confidence, and help you feel more beautiful. Welcome to my channel, New Age Beauty, which is all about aging beautifully, mind, body, and spirit. Hi, I'm Lynda. At 75, I explore what's possible, what's worth doing, and how we can all exceed our own expectations of aging. And it starts with mindset, going from feeling old to feeling bold and setting bold goals for yourself. So if you're like me and you want to live your best life possible for as long as possible, then this channel will help you feel more beautiful, more confident, become physically stronger, and mentally more powerful as we age. We discuss everything from diet and exercise, including strength training, to makeup, skincare, and all types of cosmetics procedures, including at-home treatments, in-office treatments, and even surgery. But most importantly, we talk about mindset, since that is where everything begins. So today's video about 15-minute makeup will show you an easy way using minimal products to boost your looks and your confidence. I'm going to link all the products in the description box below the video, so you can just click there or click on my Shop My page that's included, and that just shows everything listed, so it's easy to scroll and click into what you want to learn more about. So now we're going to get started with my 15-minute routine. And I always begin by prepping my skin, of course. And what I use under makeup all the time is my Bobbi Brown Vitamin-Enriched Face Base. Then under the eyes, I use the Bobbi Brown Vitamin-Enriched Eye Base. And then I finish off with Dr. Jart's BB Premium Beauty Balm. And I use this for my SPF 40. If I'm going to be in the sun, really dramatic sun, on a boat or something, I'll use a heavier sunscreen. But otherwise, this is what I've been using for years. In order to pull off a fast but complete makeup look, you need to have forgiving products and neutral products that will blend in very easily with your skin. So for today, I am using as a foundation or skin tint the Yummy Skin by Danessa Myricks, and it is their serum skin tint. And I love this because it just goes on so easily. It's very hydrating. Trying to see the color. Oh, it's color number 2. So to put that on, I'm going to use my IT Cosmetics brush, a classic. You can see how much I use it. And I'm going to literally put serum on the back of my hand. And you'll see that it actually drips because it is so serumy. Then I'm going to just dab the brush into it. What's great about this brush is that the bristles absorb the product nicely. And I'm just going to start to swirl it on my skin. And it literally is swirling because it blends so easily. Now, if you're doing foundation is typically thicker and takes a lot more time to blend it well. Just get it all over everywhere. So next I'm going to do concealer. And for that, I'm using my new favorite concealer, RMS Revitalize Hydra Concealer. It's very fluid, very much like a serum. Interesting, it has a totally different kind of applicator. It has a brush applicator instead of a doe foot. And because this is so fluidy, I can put it right under the eyes because it spreads so nicely. Otherwise, I would put it on the back of my hand. Also put it in the deeper sections of my face that I want to raise, like the nasolabial folds. And also I want to highlight a little bit on the nose and under the lips here. And the middle of the chin. So now I'm going to take, actually because this is so fluidy, I can take that same brush and just basically pat it in place on my face, but I'm going to use a different brush for under the eyes. And this is the Nikki LaRose brush N19 that is absolutely brilliant. You can see what an unusual shape it has. It's got almost a triangular shape with a very pointy edge that allows you to get into, the finer areas of your face. And it also has a rounded area so that it just really works anywhere under the eyes for sure. And I use it for powder under the eyes as well. And I will then take some and put it on the lid to create a nice canvas there for eyeshadow. So now I'm going to do some contouring, and this is a step you can skip and save time and product. For this, I'm using the House Labs new Precision Sculpt Shaping Balm in the color Angie. And this has replaced the Dior contour stick, which is still fabulous, but it's $60. This is a lot less expensive. And I'm just going to put it in the areas that I want to shape. It also acts as a bronzer. And you'll see along the jaw, I go up a little bit above the jawline because I'm going to blend it. As you get older, your face elongates, and so shortening it up optically helps fix that. I'm doing my nose just because I have very little shape in my nose. And this helps to contour your lips. So that's the contour, and I'm now going to use the Charlotte Tilbury, her Hollywood complexion brush to spread it, basically pat it in place. Now it might look like a lot right now, but it will all blend in. I'm still pretty new at doing these videos, so I'm still working on my technique and the lighting and the video, the editing and all of that. So I've put my mirror in a different place this time, but it's pretty far away. So then I'm going to spread it on either side of the nose using this small tapered brush on the other end. And since we're in a hurry, we want to use as few products and tools as possible. Okay. Then I'm going to take my foundation brush that still has product in it, and I'm going to blend it around the edges of the contour. And especially here at the jaw area to get rid of that sharp, dark line. And again, just blend it out. So you probably could have saved 3 minutes not doing this. All right, time for the eyes. So how we are using as few products as possible today is I am using one of my holy grail products that I've had for, I don't know, 20 years. Well, not the same one, but the Kali Contour by Smashbox. And this is a face palette that has 6 powders in it. And it ranges from, contouring to highlighting to blush, bronzer, and then shimmers. But I use it for eyeshadow too, and I still use it for eyeshadow, even though I, have many other palettes right now. So I'm going to start by, oh, by the way, I just want to say, I wear eyelashes in case you didn't notice. I have them on all the time. I wear 3 clusters on each eye, and I replace them as needed. And I've done a whole master class. I'm going to link it up here, a master class about how to have ageless eyes. And in that video, I show exactly how to apply cluster lashes. So as a result, I don't really use mascara on my upper eyes. So now I'm going to do eyes using this face palette. And I'm going to use this Nikki LaRose brush N13. So she just came out with her second brush collection. I think they're sold out now, but it's going to be replaced this month. And right now it's sold as a set, but she is going to sell them individually soon. So using this brush, which is, as you can see, it's a nice rounded kind of pencil shape. And I'm going to start with this darker tone. Going to put it in the crease of the eye to create shape. And I'm trying to rush. Normally I like to take my time. Then I'm going to take this bronzer color, do the same thing a little higher, so the darkest color goes closest to the crease line, and then put this a little higher, and bringing it out into the nose area. And then I take their blush color and go up a little bit higher on top of that last one, because those first two were really to shape the eye, and this is to give it some warmth and color. Then I'm going to take a more pointed brush, and this is again Nikki LaRose, her N22, and you'll see that it's a pencil shape, but it's a little more pointed towards the tip than many pencil brushes. I'm going to take the same contour color and go on the outer edge of the eye. Again, creating shape and elongating the eye. Okay, other eye. I'm in the real estate business, and we have a meeting this morning, and I am running late, so this was a good time to do my fast version. So with a different brush, I did the under eye. I am doing the under eye, but this is a Refer brush 03. And it's similar in shape, it's just much smaller. And then I'm going to take that same brush and I'm going to get some of the bronzer. And go under the rest of the eye. So keep the dark colors towards the outer edge of the eye, upper and lower. So now I'm going to take Nikki's N12 brush, which is a flat paddle brush, and I'm going to go into this highlight color, which I use all the time, and do the lid. And you could have done this first or after the doing the crease area. Do you see how bright that is? Just gives a really bright, open-eyed look. And I always, always use this to brighten the inner corner of the eye, which everybody needs to do. You can also put a little bit of iridescent shadow right in the very corner, which is a great look, especially for night. And then I put it here on the brow bone. Okay, I think that's pretty good. Now, oh no, then I'm going to take that same brush and I'm going to grab this iridescent color, the upper one, and I'm going to go in the center of the lid. To give the eye more dimension. Again, you don't need to do this for an everyday look, but it takes such a short period of time, and I think it looks so much prettier. Now I'm going to use an eyeliner pencil. Any one will do. I'm using the Laura Mercier Tuxedo, and I'm going to underline the top lid. So it gives the eye more definition. I also use mascara on my lower lashes. And I also did that same eyeliner on the upper lid and started at the center of the eye at the highest point. When you open your eye, whatever that highest point is, you do your eyeliner from that point out. Now I'm going to do my brows, and I'm going to use Lawless Shape Up Soft Fill Brow Pencil in Blonde. And I'm using this because it has a thicker tip than most, and it has a nice big spoolie, and it just goes on faster than the majority. Now, it does not do as precise an application as some of my other ones that I use, but I'm in a hurry. So I always start farther back in my mirror with brows to create the shape. What's most important with brow pencils is having a color that works for you. A lot of blonde pencils on me are too yellow. And there's even some gray pencils that work well. Some of the taupe colors are too green. So it's really, they're all different. So you've got to find a pencil with the right consistency and the right color tone. But this is a great, just overall everyday brow pencil. If you want to take more time and draw little brows in, this is not the pencil for that. Also, I don't have brows basically from the arch down, which is a sign of a thyroid issue. And many of you, I'm sure, have that same problem. Now, it's also important with brows, especially when you're using like a waxy type of brow product, that you powder over them. And even powder, I usually put a little powder under it as well, because it helps with that, the wax kind of to adhere. So that was just a little tip for you. I'm going to finish the face, and with that I'm going to start with Laura Mercier's translucent powder in her Ultra Blur formula. So I put some in the cap, and I'm going to use a brush, so I find that goes on faster, even though I really like using a powder puff. I think it gives better application. But today it's about speed. For this I'm using the BK Beauty 105 brush, which is nice, flat and dense. And I think because of that flat, dense brush, just goes on really nicely. So to finish the face, I'm going to use the palette, starting with the contour product, and I'm going to use the Nikki LaRose N15 brush, which you'll see is fluffy, but it's also has a nice dome shape, but goes to a point, and that allows you to work with different products differently. So with the contour, I'm going to put a little on the very tip, and I'm going to go to the outer edge under the cheekbone and apply a little there. And I know we've done it, but I like doing a little in powder version as well. So those are the only areas I do it: under the chin, outer cheeks, and the hairline. Now I keep the same brush, and I take her bronzing powder, and I get it on the sides of the brush and sweep it on. And now I'm going to take the blush, do the same thing, get it on the sides, but I'm going to go higher up on the cheek. I'm going to take a fan brush and go over the upper edge of the cheek to give a little bit of glow. The last step is lips, so I need to take off the makeup. And start with lip pencil. So I don't use much lipstick, so I use mostly lip pencils and gloss, and I like the pencils to last all day, so I use the Artist Color pencil in Wherever Walnut, sharpened, and do the outer edge. So I go in the center of the upper and the center of the lower lip. I go a little bit, not over onto the skin, but on the upper edge of the lip. But then as I bring it down and up, I go to the inside of the lip. I also did a video on lips that I will link here as well, that has all kinds of tips in it that some of which you've probably never heard of. I don't do lip filler. I don't need lip filler, and that's because of some of these techniques. Also, I do use Botox, which is why I don't have much wrinkling in my forehead, because Botox releases the muscles, and the tensing of the muscles is what causes dynamic wrinkles. And then over time, if it's not remedied in some way, they just get worse and worse. So I've been using Botox for 20 years there, which is why I have an elevated brow. I do have wrinkles out here, sleep wrinkles, but I don't have dynamic wrinkles. So I've created shape. And then sometimes, I'll do it today, I use a lighter pencil. This is the Tower 28. And I'm not sure what color it is. I'll put it in the description box. I put that a little bit on top of the other one and then into the lip more. So that essentially acts as my lipstick. Then I take a highlighter. This is my favorite gel lipstick from MAC. And I put that in the center of the upper and lower, just to give contour. And I'll put a little lip gloss on so that I have hydration. But I put that, again, in the center of my lips. So here's the finished look. I think I made the 15 minutes. Remember, you can skip that contouring step if you want to. But what you have to do is use a neutral palette that will blend in with your features nicely, and also use products that are very, very blendable. Combining those two things will have you be able to create a beautiful look in a very short period of time. And if you enjoyed this video, please click on the like button so YouTube will know that you liked it and they will offer it up to other people. And subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet, so you can join our growing community of like-minded women who want to age beautifully, mind, body, and spirit. And here's some other videos that you'll enjoy. And if you go to the home page of my YouTube channel, New Age Beauty, you'll find about 22 videos, and a couple of them deal with my total transformation I went through starting in my mid-60s. Now I have a better body than I had when I was in my 40s, so I show exactly what to do. So I look forward to seeing you again in a future video and to sharing the beauty in all of us. Wishing you a beautiful day.